Hey, welcome. My name is Matt. This is part of HB Gaming's GameLINK, and we're doing our first unboxing video of what I hope is Kill the Unicorns by Morning Players. This has been waiting around on Kickstarter for quite some time. We backed it in 2018. It's here. And let's be honest, at least it's not unbroken. I feel for those of us who are not part of the US, who have backed that game and are still waiting and waiting and waiting. Hopefully, eventually, we'll all get our hands on our copies. But this is going to be the Kickstarter Legendary Edition, and I hope it's going to be a bit of fun. So let's see what we've got in the box. And don't worry, we will be showing you some close-ups of all the components as well. Lots and lots and lots of bits. Packing materials. Get rid of those. We've got another little box of goodies there, and then we have the glow-in-the-dark Legendary Edition of Kill the Unicorns by Morning Players. Now I believe this box, being the legendary one, we'll put that aside for later, does actually glow in the dark. So I've got the lights on, I'm going to charge it, and we might get some shots of that glow in the dark later on. We'll see how we go. Let's get in the box and take a look and see what's inside. It's a little bit smaller than I thought it was going to be, but we'll see what's going on. There is a learn to play video. I don't know if you can see that properly there. Let's have a look and see what we've got. You'll have to forgive me, I usually have a better knife than this one, but we've recently moved, changed warehouses, that sort of stuff, and as a result, my knife's gone missing. But that's okay. Packaging can go in there. And let's see. Ooh, there's all sorts of glow-in-the-dark bits and pieces here that are actually like a raised material. So I think when it's charged, yeah, that's going to look cool. There's all sorts of moonlight and everything else as well, which is awesome. Oh, there we go. Top of the box is very, very cool. Get some close-ups of that later for you. And then we've got all sorts of goodies here. Rulebook, which looks pretty straightforward. Some nice little cartoon artwork in that as well, which is awesome. And then you've got all the decks of cards. So we've got what looks like a nice rainbow back and some sort of pegacorn there, I believe. We'll get to that one a bit later on. Scoring details, just as a bit of a reminder. And some small mini decks as well. This one looks like some sort of magician-y dude. Wizards, things like that, people that hunt these unicorns. And then these look like they are some sort of traps that you can set for unicorns. This one says there's no use in running, the highest hunt value cancels out ties or is cancelled. The guy's running off a cliff, which is kind of cool. A cool little cartoony vibe with the characters as well, which I'm really liking. Some tokens there. And this was the debate of much conjecture online. This here is, and I'm just going to open this one up straight away. There was a lot of back and forth debate about this first player marker and the little standee, all that sort of stuff as well. It looks nice. It's very hard plastic. It's not a soft plastic for a mini, and it looks actually a little bit fragile, I have to say, but it's like a candy floss coloured unicorn standee, and there's quite a bit of detail in there. It's got his tongue poking out and stuff. It is a bit tiny, but I'll get some close-ups of that for you as well. I like it, it's nice. See what else we've got in the box. We have this one here. Ooh, there's a surprise at the bottom of the box. I'm going to take out this one, and then it looks like we have so these are individual player mats, and it looks like they come in both English and French, because it was a French or a Canadian company that produced the game. And on here it's got your schemes, unicorns, discard phases or discard spaces, hunting cards, all sorts of cool stuff there as well. And it looks like there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those, and they all fold neatly into the bottom of the box. That's very cool. Very cool indeed. Okay, put those ones back. I'll get some close-ups of those later for you as well. Let's get into the cards. That's what it's all about. Actually, we do tokens. Tokens first, yeah? So in here, there's all sorts of goodies which look like they're for markers, bonuses, things like that you can use to attack your unicorns, attack other players. This one looks like it's actually a unicorn horn, gives you +2 something. I assume that's sort of damage. Candy. And they all have, sometimes they have different sides. So the candy's got a +2 bonus on it. Candy on its own has no bonuses. Rainbow candy gives you +3 damage. All sorts of counters and goodies there as well, green ones. And there's even a unicorn, or the severed head of a unicorn. Sort of a cross between if, I don't know, Godfather and Play School had a baby. That's kind of cute, but also very disturbing that I think that's cute. I don't know, it's one of those things. Tokens there. Look at our cards. Let's get into those cards here. I'm going to open these decks and we'll get some close-ups for you. So these look like they are some sort of schemes or traps. Unicorn fart, which is always going to get a giggle. Discard this unicorn and replace it with one from the top of the deck. The unicorn is propelling itself out of the game, as one does. Different unicorns there, different backs for different things as well. I'm sure if you've had a look through the rulebook online, you'll find out what all these mean. Looking forward to getting this to the table. Looks like there's a bit involved, and it looks like there's a little bit of, not so much player interaction, but causing trouble to trip up other players' traps so they don't get to kill the unicorns. You get bag the most unicorns and obviously you win the game. That's the whole purpose of it. Itchy trigger finger, some sort of trap from range. I think different traps have different things. You can use magic, you can use weapons, things like that as well. But it just depends on your taste and how you want to play the game as to what sort of weapons you're going to choose to dispatch these pesky unicorns. For those of you who don't know the story, it's sort of like the Magical Kingdom is overrun with unicorns. There's too many unicorns around, so the king or queen or whoever's in charge says, right, get out there and dispatch some of these guys. Different player markers. Here you've got some spell cards, things like that are going to give you the most bonuses. This guy looks particularly nasty. And then you've got more magical traps and things as well, and spells that you can look at. This is the last one of the smaller decks here. As I said, there's sort of a couple of different sizes of cards, I should say. What it looks like. Let's see what we've got here. We've got more player markers, I think. I think in the Kickstarter exclusive version, there allows for extra different characters you can choose other than the standard 6. And I think it's one of the things, because I backed it so long ago, I forgot what it was that we actually committed to. Obviously the Legendary Edition is what we've got here. Lots of different player characters. We might all get some close-ups of these as well, as I've said. Lots of different character cards there. Very unhappy princess or king who's telling people pretty much where to go, and lots of unicorn heads. That's she's happy. She, he, it, small child holding unicorn skulls. I like it. Okay, now we've got the bigger cards. These look like a bit more reminder cards on what to do and how to play the game. So we'll have a look through these and see what they're all about. Could be teaching aids, player guides, things like that. Although the deck, this one looks pretty thick, so it might be a bit more involved. I'll have a look. Take that one off there. There's a scoring reminder tile there, and then we've got some special order traps and things. Special orders, I think you can claim these through some other means to help you dispatch the unicorns. And then you've got some character cards here as well, different players. I think you draw those at random if you want to, so you don't know who you're going to be playing as until the beginning of the game, until you turn it over. Is a princess, there you go. She is a princess. And then you've got a black mage as well. What have we got here? We've got a unicorn flying away. It looks like it's a starter unicorn to dispatch, and they have different levels. And then you've got all sorts of different goodies. Oh yes, and a pigicorn as well. We heard about the pigicorn and all the different damage that can do. And there's also an invisible sort of space unicorn guy, maybe a spirit unicorn, and he's worth 6 stars or something like that. So there's lots of different options to dispatch said unicorns, and also potentially, I guess, I don't know, use them to hurt other players or hurt other players' chances of winning, I guess. I do like a good take that game, I must admit. Any game that allows me to cause my fellow players a bit of distress, always welcome. I have a bit of fun. A bit sick and twisted like that. And then this last deck here looks like it's more unicorns. We've got the nice coloured backs. Oh, black market. Black market cards. I think these are special tools and things that you have to spend quite a bit of coin on to get, but they allow you to get special abilities like a fake horn, so you add more victory points to unicorns, so it's worth more, etc. Cotton candy, and then these are just more unicorn cards I think that you get to dispatch. Again, that pigicorn guy, pigicorn riding a wooden trike, which is kind of cool and cute. Unicorns worth candy, desert unicorns, forest unicorns, snow unicorns, space unicorns. There's a rainbow unicorn. It looks like a bit of a Evel Knievel Daredevil sort of guy, which is kind of cool. Fairy dust, things on black market as well. Rulebook, as we mentioned, lots of full colours in the rulebook as well. Rules are in there. How to play looks pretty easy to follow. Oh, there's a frequently asked questions section at the back of it as well. Details on the Kickstarter exclusives, which is always nice too. And it looks like we also ordered an expansion, a little mini expansion. So as a bonus, you get to have a look through the expansion as well. This is Kill the Unicorns, the Underground Awakens. You can explore the Queendom's undergrounds and discover 2 new characters, ninja unicorns, always fun, and even more pigicorns, because the more pigicorns the better, right? Smell that bacon. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe the Queen just wants to get rid of all the unicorns, or pigicorns I should say, just to get some more bacon. Who knows? You can make up your own story, I guess. Nothing's really set in stone here. To cut that a bit more. Let's see what we got here. Wrap it very well. I'm just wondering whether these sets of cards are going to fit into the one box. Might make it a little bit easier. My goodness, this is really snug, really tight. It's like a little deck box, which I kind of like as a little add-on. I don't know if it all fit in the one. We'll have to have a look and see. We'll try that out later. See if we can get it all in there in one box. We've got another set of, which looks like trap cards, equipment cards, and a whole another set of unicorns. It looks like there's a couple of new characters in there as well, which we'll have a look at too. And at least then, those of you considering getting the expansion will be able to know whether it's worth it or not. In terms of how it plays, obviously it hasn't hit the table yet. I'm hoping that we can get it out over the weekend and have a bit of a run. But ultimately it's going to come down to whether or not everyone wants to sit around and play. I know my daughter is very keen. She's a fan of unicorns. I don't know how we'll go with the killing part. We may work up to this. We'll see how we go. There is a dead skeleton unicorn. I don't know if that's going to be worth any points. Who knows, it might be. And then there's more pigicorns, fire-breathing unicorns, unicorns covered with gold, pigicorns attached to lollipops. I think there are more unicorns for the different areas, the snow, the wood, the desert, underground as well, obviously now, which is kind of cool. Lots more pigicorns eating trees, taking bites out of trees, which I don't think is really necessary, that's fine. rules card for the expansion, which is very good. Doing it on one card's nice and easy. And it looks like there's 5 of those rules cards in here. 6 total, because they're front and back. So that's kind of cool. I do like it when they put it on just on a card. It means obviously it's very simple just to add into the base game. And then you've got here 2 new character cards, the Thief and the Seller, which allow you obviously different abilities and more flexibility. Shuffle them in with the base game and away you go. Then in this pack here we have what looks like more traps, more ways to annihilate the unicorns, as I've mentioned already a couple of times, because that's what we're all about, getting rid of the unicorns and such. Too many unicorns in China. It's a joke for all the Australians watching. Those of you who might be overseas watching and won't get that joke, that's okay. It was an advertisement here that ran for quite some time. Oh, another unicorn fart. It looks like, yeah, different traps and things as well. It looks like there is special ability cards for the Seller and also for the Thief as well. Cards for them to use, more cards for the Thief and the Seller. The card backs are quite cool. Lots of detail, which is nice, a little bit cartoony, and they're easy to hold as well. I'm a little bit worried that when you've got them in your hand, you might not be able to see as much information as you would on a normal deck of cards, because you can't just get rid of this one number when there's 2 numbers on each side of the card. And at the back of the deck we've got, yeah, just more of the same. So they're just specifically for the 2 new characters in the expansion. And that's pretty much it. Looking forward to getting it to the table, seeing how it goes, having a read up on the rules, seeing whether or not it's going to hit the table a lot. It looks relatively simple to play, lots of tokens, lots of vibrant colours. I do like the fact that you get all this in the one box, plus those mats as well. Having those mats in the bottom of the box there, keeping it all in one thing, it's kind of groovy. It does mean that it's quite compact. You can take it on the go. What I'm going to try and do is get as much of this as possible back in the box to see if it will all actually fit in the one, including the expansion, purely just because I want to make sure that, well, talking about portability, like Sushi Go, that little one tin you can get out and take it anywhere, and at least then you've got a game on the go at a moment's notice. Things like Love Letter, the little bag edition, the cloth bag, very cool. Put the unicorn in there as well, and let's see how we go here. They look like they go there. We'll try and put all these together in some sort of relative order. What I might do is keep those separate as well for now. Let's see. Will it fit? Will it fit? Fingers crossed. Are you fingers crossed? If they're not crossed, cross the fingers, cross your toes. That's for the expansion. That's for the expansion. Get in the box. Get in the box. Rules. We'll put rules at the front. See how we go. Have we got much more room? No, we don't. So it looks like we're still going to need this little fella, but that's okay. We'll pop all that together there. Then it all goes back in nice and neat and is ready for hitting the table this weekend. I will let you know how that play goes, and I will also have a look and see if we can get some of these pictures of the box when it's fully charged up and ready for some glow-in-the-dark fun as well. And that is the unboxing of Kill the Unicorns. It was our first one. I hope you like it. Keep checking back. We're going to be uploading some more stuff. We're going to have a look at Tiny Epic Mechs, which is coming up soon. That's obviously a GameLINK one that we backed on Kickstarter as well. We'll be doing some playthroughs and things too. In the meantime, if you want to know more about this and all the other stuff we do, check out www.hpgaming.com.au. Have a look at the store, buy some games, hear about our showcases, book a showcase. I could be coming out to your house, hosting some game demos, playing some games. Most importantly, get to the table, get the family together, play some games, be social, have fun, and we'll see you next time. Peace.